Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are ready to roll finally after a bit of a weather delay. There's a nasty storm that rolled through about 5:45, 6 o'clock tonight that pushed the warm-up times back for both teams, but the 7 o'clock kickoff got moved to 7:10. So we are awaiting the Mustangs coming out of the locker room to the Mustang tunnel that's created by the band. Oh, here we go. Cheerleaders, parents, siblings, you name it, they're out there. They get a high five their favorite players as the Mustangs come out. Welcome to Natrona County High School. My name is Brent Jurgensen. We have game 2 of the 2019 season. The Mustangs coming off a 68-12 win over Cheyenne South last weekend at home. Now host what used to be the arch nemesis of the Mustangs, the Campbell County Camels, who are coming off a 41-7 loss to Cheyenne East. I believe that game was down in Cheyenne, so 2 really tough road games to open the season for the Camels. But as Coach Harshman says, each team is looking to be the most improved team in the week, and so we'll see some wrinkles and some different players for each team tonight as they try to go. The Mustangs try to go 2-0, and the Camels try to even their record at 1-1. Go over the starting lineups for the Mustangs. I don't believe we've seen a coin toss yet, so I'm unsure if they are on offense or defense. We'll go through the starters on each side just really quickly here. Offensive line, offensive starters for the Mustang. At offensive tackle, number 53, Jace George. He's a junior, 6'4", 207 pounds. The other side is Phil Bergman. He's also a junior, 6'6", 276. Big Phil. In the middle, at the guard position, both juniors as well. 61, Coulter Helm. He's 6'1", 205. And DeAnthony Smith. He's 6'4", 198. At center tonight, just like last week, number 55, he's a senior, Phoenix Wilson. He's 5'11", 221. Outside, receivers, you've got your flanker, the Z position. He's 6'1", 151. That's Cooper Quigg, the senior starter. On the other side, at the X position, Chase Wishart. He's 5'9", 165. He's a move-in, only a junior. I think he caught a ball last week. Looking forward to seeing more from him last week. And the A-back in the slot is Million Allison. He's a junior, 5'10", 151. He had a good game last week, caught a touchdown pass, and really played well in that slot position. Tight end for the Mustangs. He's only a sophomore, 6', 177. Vincent Jetatone. Vince had a great game last week. Had a touchdown pass and a great stiff arm on the way into the end zone with a 30-yard touchdown for the Mustangs. At tailback, senior Dante Wallace, 5'11", 175 pounds. Dante had a couple touchdowns last week. I believe he's leading 4A in rushing touchdowns. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case at all. He's tied for first with touchdowns. He had 106 yards on only 6 carries last week, a 17.7-yard average. Wallace, the returning Super 25 player in the backfield. Starting at quarterback, junior Harrison Talbert, 6'1", 155 pounds. Talbert only threw the ball 10 times last week, completed 6 passes for 2 touchdowns, 133 yards, 22 yards per attempt, for a 237.7 QB rating. That is only defeated by teammate Ryan Sorensen, who was 403, a 403 QB efficiency, 2 for 2, 33 yards, and a touchdown for Ryan Sorensen. He's the backup as the Mustangs take the field. Defensively for Natrona, defensive line, D-ends, Nick Frimmel. He's a 6'3", 217-pound senior on one side. On the other side is Jace George, 6'4", 207-pound junior. Defensive tackle, Phoenix Wilson, 5'11", 221. And knows that one technique, Sam Jeffrey. He's a junior, 5'11", 256 pounds. All new linebacking core for the Mustangs this year, except for Dante Wallace. Wallace will start on the inside with junior Braxton Bunday getting his first start at inside linebacker, replacing the injured Dominic Braddock. Bundy is 6 feet, 180 pounds, had some nice runs last week at running back. He gets the call at the inside backer. Outside backers, boy, they had a great game last week. Sophomore Vincent Genitone played well at the outside, as well did senior David Miller, 6 foot, 175-pound right outside linebacker. Had a couple crushing hits with some blitzes last week. Great tackles on the edge. Looking forward to another great game from him. Safeties. Well, the only safety for the Mustangs so far is number 24, Wilsk Jackson, the 5'8", 169-pound senior. Had a pick six last week, about a 30-yarder, and played well, as the Mustangs hardly gave up any passing yards whatsoever last week to the South Bison. And in fact, they were the number one pass defense last week, giving up 4 yards in the air. Incredible. 2 interceptions as well. At corner, we already talked about Cooper Quigg. He's on the left side, I believe. Started on the left side last week. He's 6'1", 151 pounds. The other corner, Isaac Palomos, a 5'9", 140-pound senior, played real well last week. Had a kickoff return for touchdown. Exciting play. He's returning from injury last year as well. So the Mustangs got out of last week relatively healthy. They look forward to hosting the Camels. I don't have a starting lineup for them, so we'll have to wing it kind of like we did last week for the South Bison. But we will do that as the game gets started. At this time, we are going to let the Mustang Marching Band welcome you to Cheney Alumni Field for the National Anthem. The teams will remain in the end zone as the colors are retired. Longtime NCHS coach and physical education instructor Bob Matson back on the PA system. And from what looked like a scary sky a couple hours ago is absolutely beautiful as we get ready for Game 2 in 2019.
High School has had a lot of great people that have worked here in the tradition of the greatest high school in Wyoming, and the history here is incredible. one of the women who helped shape that history was Benevolence. And we lost Bev here a couple weeks ago. And in her honor, we'd like to take this moment of silence. Thank you. And as Bev would say, God bless America and God bless Wyoming.
A moment of silence for Bev Estes. Yes, this family is legacy here at NC. So as we get the teams lined up for their intros, we'll let them sort themselves out, and we'll give you a little more information on the Campbell County Camels, an absolute stalwart during the late 90s, the 2000s, and even in the early 10s. The Camels, for over 2 decades, were one of the most feared and respected teams in Wyoming high school football. They were absolutely incredible. All-time record since 1921 is 445 wins, 372 losses, and 23 ties, a .529 winning percentage. All-time playoff record since 1921 is 40-25. Their best seasons were in 1964, 9-0, and in 2000, they went 10-0. That team was absolutely dominant. Their starting quarterback was a kid named Adam Fitch, who went on to play quarterback at the Air Force Academy. They were incredible. Unfortunately for the Camels, they are not on that end, and they are enduring some of the worst seasons that they've had. In fact, they are on a 20-game losing streak as they enter Casper this evening. 4-time state champions in 1998, 2000, 2006, and 2008. Natrona, in the last 8 years, is 8-2 against the Camels. The Camels' only wins coming in 2015 and 2013. Now, it must be noted that in the last 2 years, Natrona and Gillette, when they played, it's been Gillette after the split creating Thunder Basin High School. You go back to 2016 and 2013, some of the best games that have been played in Wyoming have been between these two schools. In 2016, Natrona defeated Gillette 30-28 in the semifinals, after the Mustangs had beat Gillette 27-20 in the regular season. That coming after an 0-2 start and 0 touchdowns to begin the season in 2016 for the Mustangs. Pull off a huge upset win in Gillette and then do it again in the state semifinals, leading to a state championship berth for the Mustangs, where they eventually dropped that game to the Sheridan Broncs. Brand new head coach this year for the Camels is Andrew Rose. He's been an assistant for 8 years. He's a graduate of Northern State University in South Dakota. I believe he's an All-American wideout there. And I know that the kids up in Campbell County, as they talked about this hire last spring, were very excited to have Coach Rose on board. All right, week 1, as I mentioned, Gillette lost to Cheyennes 41-7. They have Natrona tonight, and then they play Laramie Central, and then their rivalry game against Thunder Basin. So they'd love to come down here and get a win this evening. Last week versus Cheyennes, their starting running back was I don't have his number. I think it's 11. VJ Pitter, he's a senior. He had 22 carries for 73 yards, and he had 56 passing yards, and a touchdown. So he's their quarterback, actually. But again, I didn't get a starting lineup, so we're going to have to just do that on the fly. Number 12, Caden Race, a junior, looks like their starting quarterback. And Pitter's the starting tailback. Pitter is 5'10", 220. Absolutely huge kid. If you look at him, actually, he might be on screen soon. As the ball is kicked, he is back right on the kickoff return team. He is number 11. Number 32 is also back to receive. That's Angel Nava. He's a junior. He is a junior wideout. He'll start at the A-back position for the Camels tonight. All right, well, the Mustangs line up with junior Ben Hoppins kicking off. Ben, he's a big kid. He's 6'5", 196. Junior, got a big leg. He did a great job of kicking it to about the 5-yard line last week and limiting returns for the opposing team. Game 2, 2019. The Natrona County Mustangs and the Camel County Camels. Hoppins with a deep kick that does hit the end zone. So he starts it off with a touchback. Thanks to Coach Donisdorf for the stats on the Camels. That's really helpful. Appreciate that this week. We got the regular crew helping you out. Mr. Madzi and his students are up on top filming. We've got Zach running all the computer stuff because Lord knows I can't do it. Again, thanks to our administration for supporting us and bringing you Mustang football. Welcome from wherever you're at. Look forward to bringing you the game tonight. All right, first down. Camels at their own 20. Probably a toss play here. Outside run. Yep, there it goes. And nothing doing. Oh, ball's loose. Instant hit by Phoenix Wilson, and the Mustangs have the ball right away. Ball recovered by David Miller. And just like that, Mustangs have the ball first and 10 on the Camel 21. A big hit by Phoenix Wilson. Jars that ball loose. Wow. Well, there you go. That's the start you want. Third turnover created by the Mustangs already this year. And now Talbert and the rest of the offense will come out looking to capitalize on the turnover right away. Four-man front for the Camels. It looks like they're going to, traditionally, they've run a 4-3, and that's what they've got right now. Talbert in the backfield, drops back. He's going to pass on first down just like he did last week. Plays broken up by number 5, Zach Wilcox. He's a senior out there for the Camels. Pass intended for Quigg. As I mentioned last week, a new 40-second clock in high school football this year. So as soon as the play ends, that play clock begins. It's not a 25-second clock like it was last year. Mustangs motion. They're going to give the ball inside to Wallace. He's got a big hole off the left side. He's at the 10. He's at the 5 bricks. And outside, touchdown Mustangs. Wallace runs it through the back of the end zone. Great blocking up front. And the Mustangs, for the second week in a row, score on their second offensive play of the game. 21-yard touchdown run by Wallace brings out Ryan Sorensen. Sorensen, ball is up. Kick is good. Well, there you go. That's the start you're looking for if you're Natrona. Again, a great hit by Phoenix Wilson. Jars that ball loose from BJ Pitter. Ball's on the ground, recovered by David Miller. 2 plays later, Wallace punches it in from 21 yards out. Mustangs lead 7-0 with 11:39 remaining in the first quarter. That's faster than they scored last week. They scored with 11:29 to go. So they're 10 seconds ahead of schedule, Zach. They did. They're doing what they're doing. They're doing it. All right. Quarter 1, Wallace. Boy, he looked good there. Always tough when you have kids going back to school. Last week, you don't have any distractions. Kids just kind of get to sleep in, rest up, do what they normally do. This week, they've been in school for 4 days, and they're a little tired. But they don't look like it so far. The big hit by Wilson causes the fumble, and the Mustangs take advantage. Hoppins tees it up again. Low liner kick that goes over and is bobbled by the deep back. Third year is still on the ground. Picks it up. You got to get it back out to the 20. Boy, fortunate for the Camels there. That could have been another turnover. Angel Nava, that was a screamer. Right at his feet. So the Camels, as we've mentioned, are rebuilding a little bit here. I can tell you just the eyeball test, they are much bigger than South was last week. Wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't take very long for Coach Rose to get these guys back where they are used to being. All right, 1st and 10, I formation, inside handoff. That goes to VJ Pitter, going off the left side, and he's got that ball secured, about a 3-yard gain. Tackle looked like it was made by Bundy and Nick Frimmel. Going to bring up 2nd and 7. As is always the case, we'll do our best to update you on scores from around the state. Thanks to Wild Preps for keeping us updated there. We'll also try to get you caught up on happenings from around the state as your Mustangs and Phillies compete this weekend. All right, 2nd and 7. Quarterback gets rushed out, and he's going to hit his receiver, Micah Krumberger. Krumberger with the reception and going to be really close to a 1st down. And yes, it is a 1st down. So Race with his first completion of the game. Genitone on the tackle, but the play action gives the Camels their first down of the game. 65 degrees tonight, a little cooler than it was last week. The rain helps that. Wind blowing out of the southwest as it usually does. Number 5, Wilcox in motion. It's going to be play action again. He's going to be running. Ball is tipped up in the air. Incomplete. Pass intended to Wilcox. Good coverage by Cooper Quigg. And Wilson Jackson. Race last week. Quarterback for the Camels. Only had 56 yards passing. 11 yards per attempt. We'll have to take another look at that. And actually, this might be his first start. All right, quick pass is what the Camels are used to doing in the past. They're going to throw it a lot more. Pass incomplete. That one intended for Tanner Hilliard. So something to note, these Camels have been playing varsity football. Most of these seniors have been playing for 3 years now. This is the 3rd year. They've taken their lumps for 2 years. At some point, they're going to get over the hump and try to get back to their winning ways. No pun intended on the hump there. So the incomplete pass brings up 3rd and 10, Camels. Race in the pistol. Has 2 receivers, 2 running backs behind him. Oh, looks like the screenplay dropped off. Boy, the Frimmel and Genitone were there before 29. Will Miller, he's a sophomore, could even turn around. That's one way to defeat the screen. Big Jake Crow in there at the nose guard, getting his first playing time of the year. Might have messed that one up a little bit, and that brings up 4th down. So after a 1st down for Campbell County, they're going to be forced to punt. Number 28, fair caught by Cooper Quigg. That was Mason Dykes on the punt. Well, that's one where you kind of want to receive it and run it right back up the sideline because it went so quickly up the field. Might have outkicked your coverage, if you will. So Mustangs get the ball back with 10:18 left in the first quarter and a 7-0 lead. Guys trying to bring you some excellent camera work from upstairs. The wind's not blowing them off the crow's nest yet. So kids are working on developing their craft. So thanks for your patience and appreciate your applause for them as they attempt to bring you the latest and greatest in technology and coverage. All right, the inside handoff to Wilson goes again. Wallace it is, and Wallace is around the outside. He's got 10, he's got 20, and is pushed out of bounds at the 39-yard line. So 21-yard gain on 1st down, 22-yard gain, excuse me. Looked like the same play that Wallace scored on previously.
Mustangs to the Camel 38-yard line.
Wishart and Allison at wideout. Avery Cox now in. He's number 11. Cooper Quigg out to the right. 1st and 10. Talbert in the pistol. Wallace behind him. Toss out to Wallace. He's going to cut it up. Avoids one tackle, but can't avoid a second. And it looks like we're going to get a penalty. Good pursuit there by the Camels. Play made by Garrett Saunders. He is a freshman. I don't have any weight. As in, I don't have any biographical information on the players from Campbell County, but he is a big kid. And what looked like a stop for the Camels turns into a first down for the Mustangs after the 15-yard face mask penalty. Under the 10-minute mark, first quarter. Mustangs driving on the Camel 25. Genitone flex to the right of Talbert. Talbert's going to drop back to pass. He's got 4 guys deep. He's going over the top. Ball is caught by Cooper Quigg for the touchdown. Great throw. It was a little short from Talbert. Talbert got hit hard as he threw that ball. But the 24-yard touchdown pass gives the Mustangs a 13-0 lead. Talbert stuck in there. Took the shot, delivered the ball to Quigg. It was tipped up in the air. Cooper was open and takes the tip and catches it for the touchdown. Sorensen's PAT is good, pushing the Mustang lead to 14-0. So 5 plays this week give the Mustangs a 14-0 lead. Sure, Talbert's okay, but it looked like somebody came in unabated and hit him pretty hard. Nice pass, though. He stuck in there and got the ball to Quigg. Excellent concentration by the senior wideout there. Quigg's second reception of the year. His first one last week was on the first play of the game. A 69-yarder got the Mustangs down to the 2-yard line. 60-yard drive for the Mustangs. Puts them up 14-0. All right, and we will see if we can get some updates. Cheyenne East is over at Kelly Walsh tonight. Cheyenne South on the road at Thunder Basin. Laramie at Rock Springs this evening. Sheridan at Central, and obviously the Camels here in Casper. Hoppins with his 3rd kickoff in the first 3 minutes of the game is going to be another touchback. Mustang kickoff team running it through the end zone, and the Camels will begin their 3rd possession of the game. I'm not getting any updated scores from WyoPreps. So I'll get on that as soon as I can find any. I have to check the old Twitter feed here and see if we can get anything there. All right, Camels. 3rd possession. Motion off that left side. They have 3 receivers. Ball is bobbled. I don't think the snap quite got to Race on that one. Just a loss of 1 for the Camels. 2nd 11 on their own 19. Average starting position for the Camels has been their own 20-yard line. Back to pass. Race. He's looking over the middle. He's got a man. That's number 5. It's caught. Wills Jackson with the tackle, but not until forward progress is going to give him 12 yards. The pass caught by Zach Wilcox.
Wills Jackson on that stop for the Mustangs.
So Race with the catch. Race with the pass.
Camel first and 10.
Doesn't look like he's going to have a lot of time back there, but if he does, he can deliver the ball.
33-yard line.
East leads Kelly Walsh 21-0 at the end of one quarter. All right, back here at Mustang Stadium, up in Art Hill press box. 2 plays, 2 first downs for the Camels. VJ Pitter off the left side gets the ball out to the Camel 44-yard line.
Ahead for 10 yards. First and 10 Camels. Gillette mirrors midfield at their 44-yard line.
Well, just to update that East score one more time, East leads Kelly Walsh now 42-0 with 1:02 left in the second quarter. Woof. All right, back here, 3 receivers out to the right. Oh my goodness, Wallace blitzed and almost took the pitch. Instead, VJ Pitter takes it for a 2-yard gain. Oh wow, Wallace blitzed through on the inside, untouched, nearly took that pitch from Race to Pitter. It's like Vince Genetone's going to have to come out. Bringing in number 20, Matthew Ellison, to outside linebacker. So inside backers remain Bundy and Wallace. Outside backers are Ellison and Miller. Jackson, Quigg, and Palomo are the defensive backs. Play action. Race is going to go deep. He's over the top, and Jackson's going to have his second pick of the year. Overthrown, and Wills is going to try and house it again. He's got some room on the outside. It's going to be tackled out of bounds at their own 42. Tack on 15 to that for the late hit out of bounds. Great job of playing center field by Jackson there. Ball's caught over his shoulder. The play action pass from Race is overthrown. And for the second time in 3 possessions, the Camels turn it over, giving the Mustangs starting field position at the Camel 44-yard line. Central and Sheridan were delayed because of lightning. I know that the weather down south was rough. They had to reschedule the UW cross-country invitational that they had the high school kids with down there as well. All right, inside handoff goes to Bundy. He stutter steps a little bit. There are those hockey feet, and he's got some room to the outside. He's got great quickness, and Bundy with the 8-yard gain on first down, maybe even 9. Zach will call it 8.5. We'll just split it. 8.5 on first down. Leaves a long 1 on second down for NC. Just past the 7-minute mark here in quarter number 1. 3 receivers out left for Harrison Talbert. Blitz up the middle. Nice job picking it up by Bundy. Talbert gets the ball off, and a great catch made by 18. That is Kobe Kelly getting his first catch of the year. I know the coaches were impressed with him in the preseason, and good to see him getting some looks. Update from Cheyenne Central, who were soundly defeated last week by Thunder Basin, I believe. Yes, they were beat 44-0, have the early lead on Sheridan. They lead 7-0 with 8:29 remaining in the second quarter. Whoa, a little mix-up on the play action there, but the play's still the same. Cox with the reception. He's got the ball outside, and it looks like about an 8 to 9 yard gain for Avery. Good quick release by Talbert on the boot. Brings up second and a long one again for Natrona just inside the Camel 20. Interesting to see how defense have played Natrona this year. They obviously have two excellent players in the backfield. Wallace, the returning All-State Super 25 selection, leading rusher on average last year in 4A. But boy, the Mustangs can throw it and run it too. There we go, last week just like it was. Oh, ball's dropped by Kobe Kelly. That was the same pass that Talbert hit last week for a touchdown. That was another excellent throw on the rollout. Again, boy, is that ball hard to throw. Rolling to your left, and Talbert put it on an absolute dime. That's when Kelly's going to want back for sure.
Talbert's pass. He's in for Million Allison. Is incomplete.
Oh, I'm sorry, that was Million Allison. Million caught that ball last week for a touchdown, so he knows how to do it. 3rd and 1, Mustangs. Gonna have to hustle up and get this one off. 3 seconds, 2, 1, and they get it. Here's the inside handoff for the wall. No, Talbert keeps it. He's running off the left side. No one even sees him. Talbert will toss it from 19 yards out. Touchdown, Mustangs. He got me again. Harrison did that last week. Boy, he is good at hiding that ball. Goodness, 19-yard touchdown run by Talbert. Only one player for Campbell County saw him, and he wasn't quick enough to run down Harrison. Sorensen with the PAT. It's low and no good. So the missed PAT makes it 20-0 with 5:49 remaining, first quarter. So going back to what I was mentioning there, right, it is tough. Talbert can actually run the ball really well. Does a great job with that zone read. And when you have to respect Wallace so much, your eyes are going to go on him. That's exactly what happened on that play there. Talbert pulls it and runs untouched 19 yards for the touchdown. The real dilemma is that the Mustangs have guys on the outside and up the middle that can catch the ball too, and they can get open. So no lack of talent at the skill positions, as they call them in football. And obviously all that happens because of the effort up front by those offensive linemen. So Hoppins was his 3rd kickoff of the first quarter. Going to be a low liner right down to the 1, and the Camels are going to let that one go too. They'll start their 4th drive on their own 20. Oh, how many people are watching? All right, so if you're in town tonight, just want to let you know the skies are clearing up. It's beautiful out here this evening. Might want to bring a blanket for later, but right now it is absolutely gorgeous. Mustangs playing well. All right, outside linebacker. Got a substitution in there. That's Jesse Rabe. Handoff, it goes inside but goes nowhere. That's Big Jake Crow. Got in there to make the tackle along with Nick Frimmel and David Miller. Crow and Sam Jeffrey in the middle for the Mustangs. Chase George and Nick Frimmel at the defensive ends. So a loss of 3 on the play. Race under center now. I formation. Play action passes. Their success so far this evening, and Race is going to run out of there but gets stuffed quickly by Wallace and Bundy. The two inside backers close down on the quarterback. Race was trying to make something out of nothing there. Had nobody. Looked like a one-man route. Great coverage by Quigg on Tanner Hilliard. So 3rd and a long 11 for the Camels. 4:30 remaining first quarter. Gonna have to pull a Jack Noakes move and stand up. Can't see anything. Motion left by the Mustangs. Looking to be the old switch route. Medina looking upfield. Oh, the screen pass. They might have had that one set up. Again, they were looking for Will Miller, the sophomore, but the race pass just goes over his head, bringing up the punt team for the Camels. Second punt this evening for Mason Dykes. Palomo and Quigg near their own 45-yard line. Another low liner kick. Look for a return. All right. And the ball is going to be kicked high and in the middle. And that ball is going to bounce back up the field after hitting at the 41 and be downed at the Camel 38-yard line. Mustangs, 3 possessions tonight, 3 touchdowns. Look for number 4 with 4:01 remaining first quarter. All right, back to Twitter for our scores. Can't get anything updated on Wild Prep so far. Looks like the score is still 7-0 in Sheridan. Halftime score is 42-0 East over Kelly Walsh. That game across town here in Casper Night. All right, Talbot. Well, looks like they're going to not get the playoff. Handoff was inside to Wallace. And the Mustangs will take a timeout. Exactly 4 minutes left. First quarter actually should be 4:01. Oh, got the Slippery Rock updates from Coach Madsen. Can't have a home football game without Coach Madsen and the Slippery Rock scores. Another good crowd tonight. The student section continues to go. Really good first week of school at NC. A little bit of a different schedule as the kids hitting every class on Fridays. I haven't taught 8 blocks in a day in about 10 years, and man, today went fast. It was like you couldn't even catch your breath. It was awesome. About 1,800 kids at NC this year. Just continue to grow. Big freshman class, over 520 kids up on 3rd floor this year. All right, so after the timeout, 2 remaining for the Mustangs. Looks like Trona's going with what we call empty here. 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Talbot by himself. Wallace motions back in, and he's going to take the handoff, go around the outside. Makes one guy miss, but doesn't make a second. Wallace tackled there by Zach Wilcox. Good tackle in open space by the senior. Gives Wallace a 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7. Mustangs from that right hash. Looks like a false start on the Mustangs there. I don't know that they had any false starts last week. It might be the first one of the year. Those are those mental mistakes that really frustrate you as a coach. You can deal with physical ones or effort mistakes, but not the mental ones. So the penalty is going to move the ball back just onto the 40-yard line of the Camels. 3 receivers left for NC. Wallace and Talbot in the backfield. Pressure off the right side. Talbert's going to have to run, and he does. He takes off up the middle, and there he goes. He's at the 30. Cuts back at the 20. Down to the 15-yard line. Great job of recognizing pressure by the junior. Gives NC about a 24-yard gain on the scramble by Talbert. Mustangs right back up to the line. 3 receivers off to the left. Camels, 4 down linemen, 4 backers. They're going to drop back and pass. Oh, wide open pass is caught by the junior Chase Wishart. Looked like cover 2 there. Supposed to have safety help over the top, but a perfectly thrown ball by Talbert to the junior gives him his first touchdown as a Mustang. And Natrona, pending the PAT, now pushes its lead to 26-0. Sorensen, PAT holds down, ball is up and good. So Sorensen tacks on another point. The touchdown, Talbert to Wishart. Junior to junior. The 19-yarder, accompanied with the PAT, puts the Mustangs up 27-0 with 2:36 remaining in this first quarter. All right. Woof. 4 possessions for the Mustangs, 4 touchdowns.
3 plays, 1 penalty from 16 yards out. There's the cover. 89 Chase Wisher. Ryan Sorensen at the PAT.
So I am going to do the best I can to hunt down scores.
36.
I don't know what's going on. This is bizarre. There we go. Got the scoreboard. Okay, Hoppins. Low liner again. That one's going to be picked up by VJ Pitter. Tries to go up the middle. It takes a hard hit at about the 23-yard line. Tackle made. Can't tell if that's 65 or 85. 85 it is.
First and 10 Camels.
Owen Miller. 5'10", 173-pound senior with the tackle. Nice job, Owen. And Owen stays on the field at outside backer. All right, I think I'm going to get some scores now. All right. Fourth quarter, Rock Springs Tigers lead the Laramie Plainsmen 39-7. Rock Springs is going to be pretty good by the time it's all said and done. All right, inside handoff looks like they missed it. So Race is going to actually have to follow Pitter through the line. Maybe a half-yard gain. Puts the ball at the Camel, just over the Camel 21. As I mentioned, East leads Kelly Walsh 42-0 that game at half. Sheridan has come back to score 14 unanswered. The Bronx lead Central in Cheyenne 14-7 that game in the second quarter. All right, looks like inside pressure by Wallace. It's going to be second down, rolling out. Race looking downfield. He's going to cut it back, and Big Jake Crow's there, and so is Owen Miller. Miller and Crow on the tackle after a gain of about 6. Let's make it 5. Third down and 4. Camels on their own 32. Minute 17 and counting. First quarter.
Third, let's say short 5. Come the Camels on their 32-yard line.
I think that's all the 4A scores. But we'll keep you updated as we see them. Race, back to pass, off to the left-hand side. It hits the slant, almost hits the slant, nearly picked off by Miller. That ball was a little high. Intended for Desmond Medina. Well, I'm impressed with the way Race is throwing the ball. He can wing it out there. I know the coaches observed that on film last week as well. That one a little high for Medina. And Palomo and Quigg back at their own 35. And now Pitter back to punt. High snap for Pitter. He jumps up and gets that. And he's going to hit that one off the right side of his foot. The ball is going to go out probably, I'm guessing. Oh, they're going to mark it right at the 36. Interesting. Usually they mark that up the field a little bit. So with 37 seconds left, first quarter, Mustangs with their worst starting field position of the night on their own 37. You will take that every week. All right, Talbot flanked by Wallace and Bundy. Genatone, the tight end, off to the right. Talbot, inside handoff. It's going to go to Bundy. He's got room up the middle. He breaks it at the 50. Stutters down to the 40. Boy, he's got great acceleration. Again, weapons galore for the Mustangs. That is tough when you have to count all those guys in the backfield. First down run of well over 20 yards. Puts the ball at the Camel 39. 20 seconds remaining third quarter. They're going to try to get one more play off. Same formation. Cox now in at the A. No tight end. Talbot with 8 seconds left in the first quarter. Inside handoff. Now this one's going to go to Wallace. He's got blocking off the left side. Wallace breaks it at the 30, down to the 25. And that play is going to end the first quarter. Well, just about a perfect start for the Mustangs. After the Camel turnover on first down on their first possession, the Mustangs punch it in 2 plays later, take a 7-0 lead, and they have rolled that momentum into a 27-0 lead after 1 quarter. And that was a long first quarter. Woo. Gonna need another water. Not now, Zach. I'm good. But we're gonna need one. All right. We'll run down those scores one more time real quick. Rock Springs is 40. Has 40 points, leading the Laramie Plainsmen that game in Rock Springs. Thank you, Zach. All right. Let's go. Still halftime over at Kelly Walsh. Central still trailing Sheridan by 7. That game 14-7. Probably late in the second quarter now. Score here is 27-0 at the end of 1. See what we can get for updated cross-country results. Get you that here in a minute. All right. 2 first downs on 2 consecutive rushes on the Mustangs. Pressure up the middle by the Camels. They're going deep. Quigg is open, and it is, tipped. Nice play by Zach Wilcox. Well, you want to high point that one. Quigg was open. He had his man beat. The incomplete pass will bring up second down. Boy, that looked like a for sure touchdown. Great effort play by Wilcox. #21, the sophomore, Roman Overstreet now in it, receiver on that right-hand side. 2 backs in the backfield for Talbot. He hands it off to the left side. Wallace with a stutter step, breaks it at the 15, at the 10, takes a big hit, but goes out at the 4-yard line. Another big gain, over 20 yards for Wallace. Puts the ball inside the Camel 5. First and goal, Natrona.
Brings the ball inside, just inside the Camel 5-yard line. First and goal, Natrona.
All right, 3 receivers out to the right for Talbot. Oh no, it's Avery Coxon at the A. The ball is going to be handed off inside. That ball goes to Bundy. Bundy's going to pick up 2, but that's going to be about it. Again, as I mentioned earlier, the Camels much bigger than Cheyenne South. A little bit tougher to move. Quigg back in. Bundy out. David Miller will take his place. Millie and Allison and Avery Cox to the right. Wishart split off to the left. Motion by Allison. The bootleg. Pitter has pressure. Talbert's tackled, but the ball is caught by Avery Cox, and it is a touchdown. Talbert to Cox, the 3-yard touchdown pass. Talbert's 3rd touchdown pass on the evening. Brings out Ryan Sorensen yet again. Quigg to hold. Substitutions coming on. That score at 10:57 in the second quarter. 5 possessions, 5 touchdowns for NC. Quigg with the hold. Sorensen has the kick up, and it is good. 34-0 Mustangs. All right. Well, Hoppins will now kick into that south end zone.
1 minute, 20 seconds, 5 plays, 6 plays, pardon me, last game. 3-yard touchdown here, Chicago Avery Cox, touchdown, Ariel, Ryan Sorensen.
I have to go to the WHSAA for the cross-country results. Phillies volleyball team on the road at Evanston, I believe, this evening. We'll try to get updates from the southwest corner of the state. A long road trip for the Phillies. All right, Hoppins with the boot. It's going to be cornered and caught down at the 9-yard line. That's Angel Nava. Nava dances back to the left-hand side and is going to be tackled at the 25-yard line. Good hustle by Kyler Henderson and Hunter Wycombe for the kickoff team. Phillies played a match this afternoon. Actually, they played at 10 this morning. They lost to Uinta of Vernal, Utah. Tough loss, 27-26 in set 1, 27-25 in set 2. So we'll keep an eye on those scores from the weekend, see if we can get anything from tonight. So Race back at quarterback. 2 running backs behind him. He's going to drop back to pass. Again, a screen. This time they connect. The ball is caught by Will Miller. Miller up the middle, and he might go. The only guy left to get him is Cooper Quigg. Quigg runs him down, but not after a huge gain. That ball was on the 25. Quigg makes the tackle at the 18, and it's going to be a personal foul on Quigg for the horse collar tackle. That'll take the ball all the way down to the 9. So 1st and goal, Camels, after the nearly 60-yard screenplay. They've tried it 3 or 4 times tonight. That's the first time they've connected. All right, so big play for the Camels. Race with Pitter behind him. Handoff goes to Pitter. He goes off that right-hand side, drags a few tacklers down to the 5. A gain of 4. Good chance for the Mustang defense to work on that red zone goal line defense.
Stopped in there initially. 57.
Crow and Jeffries inside.
Alex Hayward for Natrona. Second and goal. Camels from the Mustang 5-yard line.
Looks like Cooper Hack and Haynes True at the defensive end positions right now. The Camels are going to take their first timeout of the first half. That with 9:43 left in the second quarter. Camels trailing Natrona County 34-0, but knocking on the door with 2nd and 5.
Minnesota 2. Los Angeles 3.
Oh, man.
And the Yankees 1.
The partial baseball scores. Coach Madsen.
We just read them as they come across.
Oh, fantastic. All right. Let's see if we can get... Well, I know I have golf team results. Match play tournament over in Rollins today. Sophomore Sophie Spiva won the match play tournament for the Phillies. Probably one of the top-ranked golfers in 4A. And I think freshman Caden Burton-Oley finished 2nd in the match play. So promising young stars for the Mustangs golf team. All right, it looks like Pitter, and he is off the left-hand side. Touchdown, Camels. Their 2nd touchdown of the year, a 5-yard scamper. Puts the Camels on the board. It'd be tough to say that the Camels are much improved, but they are improved from the last 2 seasons. Again, they've all been playing varsity football since they were sophomores. The PAT, by number 83, we don't have a name for him, so I can't tell you who it was, but the PAT was good. It makes the score 34-7 Natrona, with 9:36 remaining in the first half.
1 minute, 12 seconds. 3 plays, 1 penalty.
The big play was a screen
Big pass play to lead that off from 11 yards out.
to Will Miller. The sophomore takes it 60 yards plus. Add on the personal foul for a horse collar. 2 plays later,
Another first half.
Pitter takes his 2nd carry inside the 10-yard line off the left-hand side, and he goes untouched in the end zone to put the Camels on the board. No cross-country results to speak of. I know the tennis team was in action today. I believe they were here in town. So a rare opportunity to practice kickoff return. Now last week, Palomo housed one. So Wills Jackson, and Palomo, I believe, is going to take the ball off the right-hand side. Palomo stutter steps in, he cuts it back, and oh, he's got room again. Here he goes. He's at the 40, the 50. Oh, tackled from behind by the kicker. But a great return by Palomo. Puts the ball on the Camel 43. Well, it looked like was going to be a short return. Turns into a monster. Another great return by Isaac. So Taubert leads the O-line back out there again. Again, tackles are George and Bergman. Inside are Helm and DeAnthony Smith. Center is Phoenix Wilson. Bobbled handoff goes to Wallace, but he's got plenty of room. Tackle made at the 33-yard line. Wallace with the first down carry. I can't quite get a number on the safety. 28. That's Mason Dykes on the tackle. Quickly back up to the line. 3 receivers to the right for Talbert. He's going to drop back to pass. The quick pass is not there. He's going to have to scramble, gets rid of it, and wisely throws the ball away. Nobody open there. Good coverage. Again by Wilcox and Caden Race. Dawson Hayden, outside linebacker for the Camels. He is also in coverage. Brings up 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Bunch formation. David Miller behind Taubert. Now it's going to be interesting to see here. It looked like one of the receivers on the right-hand side moved for the Mustangs, but the blitzing linebacker was well over the line of scrimmage. That was Hunter Kramer for the Camels, and sure enough, the encroachment penalty gives the Mustangs 5 free yards. The change of formation for NC. Quigg split out to the right. Chase Wishart split out to the left. Both receivers with the touchdown reception tonight. 2 safeties over the top. The 4-3 look for the Camels. Talbert rolls out to his right. Good lead block by David Miller. Talbert's going to tuck it and run over Wilcox at the 19. Talbert doesn't throw it in the coverage and meets and exceeds the yard of gain for the first down. Mustangs inside the Camel 20 once again. 8:17 remaining, second quarter. Natrona up 34-7. 3 receivers to the right. Miller behind Talbert. Pressure coming off the inside. That looked like a missed snap by the O-line there. Not everybody fired off the ball, and Talbert just has to essentially take a knee. An 8-yard loss on first down. 2nd and 18. Mustangs now at their Camel 26.5-yard line. Mustangs have a trips right formation. They're bunching them up over there. Looks like pressure off the left side for the Camels. Picked up quickly. Quick screen out to Million Allison. Allison with the quick catch and run. That ball is going to be out of bounds at the 17. So they gain about half of the yards that they need for a first down. It's going to bring up 3rd and 8. Natrona inside the Camel 17. Look like a new wrinkle from the Mustangs. That's a quick screen I quite haven't seen before to the A-back instead of the outside receiver. All right, 2 receivers each side of Talbert. And again, the Camels look like they might be offside. Dawson Hayden with encroachment. Good job mixing up the snap count by Talbert. Going to bring up 3rd and 3 now for the Mustang offense. Two safeties still for the Camels. They're just going to be up closer to the line of scrimmage. Safety over the top of Quigg. Snap is slow, giving it to Miller. He's got room off the right side. Good blocking. The senior gets it down to the 5. It looks like a first down yardage. Looks like it might be a flag on Natrona. Holding Mustangs. So the penalty is spotted at the 6-yard line, moving it back to the Camels 16. Negates the first down. Puts it at 3rd and 7 now. Two receivers each side. Talbert is going to get pressure up the middle. Picked up okay by Wallace. And it might be and is intercepted. Miscommunication on the route. Ball went over the top and is intercepted by Luis Sanchez. Again, another senior for the Camels. Not sure what happened on the route there. Miscommunication between Wishart and Talbert gives the Camels the ball back at their own 20. So the first stalled drive of the evening for Natrona. And I want to say that's the first turnover for the Mustangs this year. So transition defense now for the Mustangs. The 4-4 look. Walked it up outside backer. It's an outside toss to Pitter. Pitter's got some room off the outside edge. Palomo with the missed tackle. Pitter breaks a few tackles. Looks like he's going to maybe get 10 and a first down. Pitter, he's a big kid. He is 6'1", 220. Not fun to tackle. And he can move a little bit. The tackle made by Jackson from his safety position, but not until the Camels gain just over 10 yards and have a first down. Wishart now in at left corner. Caden Wilcox at outside linebacker for the Mustangs. Looks like Kyler Henderson at left outside backer. I formation. This is an old Camel look here. And the inside handoff goes back to Pitter again. About a 3.5, 4-yard gain. Sam Jeffries on the tackle. 65. That's a new number for me. Hudson Sanesteven, the sophomore, in on the play. Jake Crow back in there. Jace George at the right defensive end. Second down, 6. Camels, I formation. Fake handoff inside, ball's on the ground. Not sure who has it. Ball is intended to go to the fullback. Camels recover. Brings up 3rd down and just over 6. 5:25 and counting left, second quarter. Natrona leading 34-7. Each team has a touchdown in this second quarter after Natrona jumped out to a 27-0 lead after 1. So Pitter in the backfield. The lone back, 3 receivers off to the right for Race. Race brings in motion. He's going to look over the middle. Rolls right. Nothing doing there. He's going to try to run it, but a nice tackle. Play made on the edge there by Matthew Ellison. Good job of coming off coverage and shoving Race out of bounds. And do the Camels start to go for it here? I can't imagine they would. Inside their own 40. Keep in mind, Pitter had the last punt for the Camels that went out of bounds. He's been their punter for a couple years now, and he's had some really unfortunate luck with some punts. I'm sure Noxie remembers some of those up in Campbell County. But the Camels take a timeout with 4:53 remaining, second quarter. That's their second. And they will figure out what they want to do. Gives us some time to check the scoreboard once again. Back to Wild Preps now that I figured out where to go.
And after half, the Blossoms
Oh,
lead the
I went to the schedule and links, not the scoreboard. What's up with that? All right. Here we go. Updates from around the state of Wyoming. We'll try to keep it to 4A. We'll go over all the scores at halftime. All righty. Halftime in Cheyenne. Sheridan still leads Central set 14-7. Well, we're back. We'll come back here to Casper. 4th down. Inside handoff goes to Pitter. The Camels think they have the first down. And I believe they do. It's going to depend on the spot. Boy, it's really close. Boy. Normally in that situation they'd measure. Sure, Coach Fitchie thinks they should measure. Regardless, the Camels with a first down. Rock Springs defeats Laramie 40-7. That game is a final. Be back with more here in a bit. Race in the pistol. Fakes the handoff. Quick pass outside. It's a slant ball intended for number 2, Medina. That ball a little bit low.
Intended for Medina is incomplete. 2nd and 10. Camels once again just outside their 40.
Camels break the huddle. 4-17. Ball in their own, well, just past their own 40. And a delay of game on the Camels. That's the first delay penalty on the Camels this week. I know South last week really struggled. They probably had 4 or 5 delay game penalties. So it makes it 2nd and 15. Inside pressure looks like it's coming from the Mustangs. Race rolls to his right. Wallace with the pressure. Ball goes deep. Receiver turns around and it is, dropped. Wilsk Jackson nearly had interception number 2. He might not have needed to jump on that one. It looked like the Camel receiver had a chance to come back to that and make the play, but out of nowhere, Wilsk Jackson comes over, breaks up the pass intended for Wilcox, and nearly has his 3rd pick of the season. Great speed shown there by Wilsk. So the Camels really trying to get Race out of the pocket. Natrona bringing pressure up the middle. Creates an interesting scenario for those offensive linemen. All right, Race is trying to get the motion. 2-1. Snap is good. Blitz up the middle by Wallace, and Race is going nowhere, and they're going to call him for a face mask. No one touched Dante Wallace on the inside blitz.
Dante Wallace on that blitz.
And they're going to call it a personal foul, a 15-yarder. Now,
15-yard face mask penalty.
that does not give the Camels a first down, however. That was a huge loss. Goodness, almost 15-plus yards on the sack by Wallace.
3rd and 15.
And it'll be just a replay of the down. This is bizarre. I'm not sure I've seen that before. So, try it again. 3 receivers off to the left. Race under center. And he's going to roll to his left. And he's going over the top. Had Medina. That's a tough ball to throw. Rolling left and coming back and throwing it to the right. Medina might have had to step on Cooper Quigg, but just couldn't. Race couldn't get enough power on that throw to get it back to him. And the incompletion brings up 4th down.
Bring up 4th and 15.
Mustang defense holds after the turnover.
This from the Camel 36.
And the Camels will certainly punt now.
UJ Quigg
Ball
on
placed at their own 36.
the Trona
Palomo
turning forward.
and Quigg
8 and Isaac Cuomo.
deep. Pitter with a booming punt. By far one of the best he's ever had. And caught by Palomo at his own 20-yard lane. He's trying to get the edge. Nice no block by Wills Jackson there. Palomo sidesteps another one and is down at the 40-yard line.
Mustang 40-yard line. First and 10.
About 5 years ago, Wills Jackson would have depleted that kid. But the new rules in high school and actually all levels of football prevent that blindside block. So good job by Jackson to avoid the penalty. Mustangs with the ball on their own 40. But we do have a penalty on the play. It's back at the Camel 33. Mustangs are going to take the ball instead of re-punting. And now they've got it on the right hash at their own 40-yard line. So after a very long first quarter that saw plenty of scoring from the Mustangs, both teams began the quarter with a touchdown. And now we creep on the 3-minute and 40-second mark here, first half. Mustangs with their 7th possession now. Talbert, flanked by Bundy. No handoff, and then Talbert's got it. He's got one step, and he's got plenty of room. Down to the 30-yard line. Big game by the junior quarterback. Gets it down to the 26. A gain of 36 yards on that first play. Maybe even more. I don't know if my math's so sharp, Zach. 20, 30, yeah, 36, 35.
Nolan Valdez had a block in there that was.
So Valdez in the game now. Receiver to the right, 3 receivers out to the left. Talbert, he's going to give that one to Bundy. He's off the left side. He's got room. Quick hitting play off that left side. And Bundy's got a 12-yard gain and back-to-back first downs for the Mustangs.
Bundy busts across the 20 to Camel 18-yard line. First and 10.
Score from across town. They are now on a running clock. The East Thunderbirds lead Kelly Walsh 49-0. That game in the third quarter. Pressure inside by the Camels. Nothing happening there, and Bundy is going to lose to. Camels have brought pressure on nearly every down.
Number 7, Ashton Johnson.
Good thing to see for the Mustang offensive line before they face Sheridan next week. Quigg in for Valdez.
13.
Looks like Kobe Kelly in now.
Ball's on the 16.
He's at the X. Split way off to the left. They got a bunch formation. Talbert drops back to pass. We got one-on-one with Quigg. He's got the inside position this time. And again, a good play by Wilcox denies Quigg another touchdown.
Talbot intended for Cooper Quigg incomplete.
Boy, Quigg's got the first step on him
Zach Wilcox.
multiple times, but the closing speed of Wilcox has been all the difference. Otherwise, Quigg could have had maybe 3 or 4 touchdowns tonight.
Camel 16 yards.
So the incomplete pass brings up 3rd and 13
And now it's
for Natrona on the Camel 16-yard line. Cox, Allison, and Kelly split off to the left. Bundy in the pistol behind Talbert. That is the unforgivable sin as a wide receiver. You just watch the ball out there. So the false start is going to make it 3rd and 18 now.
go back 5 yards to Camel.
Tough to find plays in the playbook for 3rd and 18.
3rd and 18.
So we'll see what we get. Haven't seen any halfback screens this year so far from Natrona. This is usually a good spot to run it. 2:15 now left. And I bet Natrona might take a timeout here. 6 seconds, 5, 4. Yep, and Coach Harshman has a timeout. And the offense will talk about it. Second timeout taken by the Mustangs this half. Leaves them with 1.
Have another interstate prep football score report, and I'm not kidding you on this one. Hartford, North Dakota 8s and the Gregory Gorillas. 9-man football. Gregory is up. 16.
See what we can find here. I already updated the Rock Springs score. They beat Laramie 40-7. Still looking. Well, I will do a better job of finding that. I thought I had it pulled up, but it's been moving pretty quick tonight. We'll get back on Wild Preps real quick. Yep, still the same score from Central. Bronx leading the Indians 14-7.
Here we go. 3rd and 18 from the Camel 21-yard line.
Well, I don't have any other updates. So now, bunch left for Talbot. Bundy comes up. Hey, there it is. There's the screen. And Bundy's got one guy to beat. Great open field tackle made by Micah Krumberger, or that was 6.
Talbot screen pass to beat the Braxton Bundy. Run out of bounds there by Micah Krumberger.
Now, the Bundy's marked out at the 14.5. And so for the first time this season, the Mustangs are going to attempt a field goal. Ben Hoppins, the junior, who also handles all the kickoff duties for the Mustangs, will attempt a 32-yard field goal. Ball's down, kick is up and is good. Flag on the far side. We'll see who that's on. But that looks like a excellent snap, hold, and kick. False start on the Mustangs is going to take that off the board. Illegal formation, so didn't have enough guys on the line. All right, so they'll try it again. We'll make it a 37-yarder this time. All right, Hoppins again now. And I bet the Camels are going to give it back. Yep. Illegal for lined up off sides by the Camels. So we're going to try it again. So after trading penalties, the ball is back on the 22. So we'll try for a third time now for Hoppins to make it from 32. Snap. Holds good. And this one is topped and no good. Boy, that first kick was excellent. That's too bad. Ben had a great boot on that first one. That one would have been good from at least 45. But instead, the penalty negates the points. And Natrona comes up empty for the second time in 2 possessions. Under 2 minutes to play now, first half. Natrona leads Campbell County 34-7.
Touchback. Camels take away 1st and 10 from their 20.
Finally have a score from South. Thunder Basin leads the Bison 60-7 at half. It'll be a running clock coming out of halftime. Race drops back. He's going deep. He's got a man, and it is caught. Wishart with the coverage. That was not quite the old back shoulder throw, but great catch. I'm trying to get a number on the receiver. Number 5, Zach Wilcox, with a great catch and a huge gain on first down. Puts the Camels on the Mustang 42. Race in the pistol. Miller and Pilar back behind him. Screen play, set up. Race has nowhere to go with it. Throws it underneath, and now he's got Miller. Miller attempts to break a tackle, almost does. Gain of 7 on the play, and now the Camels are going to run their hurry up. Miller out. Angel Nava in. 1:27 to go. Camels looking to build a little momentum. Tight end Xander Beeson off to the left. 2 receivers each side of Race. Pillar steps up. Pressure inside by number 61 there, and the ball is caught for a first down. Coverage there by Miller. But the quick throw by Race gives the Camels a first down. Nava with the reception. Nava now joins Desmond Medina off to the left-hand side. Beeson is the 3rd receiver to that right side. Nava going upfield. He's on the out route and nearly picked off. Oh, great catch on the sideline by Nava. Nearly intercepted by David Miller. He read that thing the whole way. The play is ruled down inbounds. Now with 50 seconds remaining, second quarter, Camels 2nd and 6 from the Natrona 21. Race, he's going to roll to his left. Has a man in the flat, overthrows him. That's Nava. Good coverage by Caden Wilcox, the sophomore, at the outside linebacker position. Gave Race no room to fit that one in there. So the incompletion stops the clock with 39 seconds left. Camels have 1 timeout. Ball on the Mustang 21. Two receivers to each side. The senior Race is going to drop straight back. Pressure up the middle, and he's going to evade it. Goes out into the flat, and it is nearly picked off by Wilcox. Instead, caught by Xander Beeson, and a touchdown for the Camels. Oh, man, Caden had that one. So with 30.9 seconds left in the first half, the Camels score their 2nd touchdown of the game. Again, we don't have a number for the kicker. So the PAT is up and good. So the Camels, after being down 34-0, score twice to cut the lead to 20. Natrona now leads 34-14. 30 seconds left here in the first half. East now up 55-0 on the Kelly Walsh Trojans. That game was 7:07 left in the fourth quarter. So we'll give you a rundown of all the scores from around the state of Wyoming. In a first half that's taken nearly an hour and a half. The Camels with back-to-back touchdowns now. Wouldn't be surprised if we see a squib kick here. And maybe one more shot if they can recover it and try to score again before halftime.
deep to receive from the throw at 24, Willis Jackson. At 23 is Isaac Como.
All right, so Jackson and Palomo, the seniors, will be back to receive.
Nate King.
Mustangs will get the ball to open the second half. Ball rolls and is picked up. Can't quite see a number there. And he's got some room up the middle. That's number 85. And a pretty good return. Gets the ball out to the Mustang 40. That's Owen Miller. Miller with some tackles on defense so far tonight. Takes that return up to the 40. So the Mustangs will probably see if they can get a quick first down here. If they can, they'll ramp it up and try to get a score. If not, they'll take their 20-point lead in the half. So Taubert, two receivers each side. Cox and Quigg to the right. Looks like Kelly and Allison to the left. Taubert fakes the inside handoff, keeps it, runs over a Camel defender across the 50, and Coach Hart gains 12 on first down, putting the ball in the Camel 48. 16.3 seconds to go. Some absolute blowouts tonight in 4A. The only close game so far is Central and Sheridan, but I can't confirm that. I haven't seen an updated score yet from Cheyenne. See if we can get it going. All right. Lightning delay in Cheyenne. That's why we don't have any updates. So about 20 more minutes until the Broncs and Indians are back at it at Risky Field. Surprisingly close game down there. Injured Camel player. Looks like he's going to be able to get off on his own power. That's good. 74, that's Dale Eliason. He's a senior. All right. Mustang Marching Band preparing for their halftime show up in the southeast corner. As I mentioned, another really good crowd here tonight. The student section is packed. All right, three receivers to the right for Taubert. He's going to drop back. No pressure. He's got plenty of time. Throws it. Great pass out to Cooper Quigg. That was a dart. About a 17-yard gain. 10 seconds to go. Quigg out of bounds. Stops the clock. Two receivers each side. Wishart and Allison off to the left. Avery Cox and Cooper Quigg off to the right. Camels will drop two safeties back. Pressure up the middle. It's picked up. Taubert's got time. Throws a quick outside pass. But if that ball, it's too short. That's not to the yard of gain, and that will end the first half, I believe. Yep. With no time on the clock there. Just needed a little bit more yardage on that play. That would have been a first down and easy spike. Maybe get a chance at a field goal. But instead, the Mustangs will take a 20-point lead into halftime, up 34-14 on the Campbell County Camels. So as is always the case, we'll let you hear and see the Mustang Marching Band, the dance team, cheerleaders. Get you the whole crew here. And then we'll come back maybe with a few stats, some updated scores from every football game around Wyoming this evening. And get you ready for the second half. Band director Sean Weiss. Over 110 kids in band alone. That doesn't include percussion. Or the dance team. Dance team coordinates with the band. Perform halftime shows every once in a while. So we will let you enjoy the halftime entertainment. It was awesome last week. We'll see what they added to the show this week. And we will be back in about 10 minutes. Enjoy the halftime show.
And a series of superhero films produced by Marvel Studios and based on characters that appear in American comic books. From Iron Man to Ant-Man, Avengers to Captain America, more than 20 feature films have captured movie lovers. And future Marvel movies include Black Widow and Thor. The following marching show celebrates the music of the Marvel movies and the superheroes that star in them. When you tuned in last week, Captain America and Iron Man saved the planet by retrieving the gauntlet from Thanos and returned humanity to normal. But Thanos had other plans and tried to steal the gauntlet again during the game. Fortunately, Iron Man grabbed the Infinity Stones at the exact moment Thanos took the gauntlet, sending all three of them, the stones and the gauntlet, into a time warp until tonight's show. Now it's a race to find the gauntlet, the stones, and capture Thanos. Well done, superheroes. Drum majors, Anna Zettel, Jack Robitaille, and Gavin Guerrera. Is the band ready? Here to perform the Avengers theme, please welcome the NCHS Fighting Mustang Marching Band. Captain America is a fictional superhero appearing in American comic books published by Marvel. The character wears a costume bearing an American flag motif, and he utilizes a nearly indestructible shield, which he throws as a projectile. Captain America is a highly respected figure in the community, which helped him become the longtime leader of the Avengers. Here to perform Captain America March, please welcome the NCHS Fighting Mustang Marching Band. last surviving member of a tree-like alien race, Groot is perhaps one of the most unusual beings in all the cosmos. Though calm and quiet, he is known to unleash his tremendous strength on an enemy foolish enough to threaten his allies, particularly his longtime partner in crime, Rocket. Though he can only vocalize using the phrase, "I am Groot," the gentle giant's friends are nevertheless able to understand his exact meaning through his subtle inflections. In the beginning of the Marvel movie, Guardians of the Galaxy, Groot shows off his moves to the following music by the group Blue Suede. Here to perform their version of Hooked on a Feeling, please welcome the NCHS Fighting Mustang Marching Band. Please stand and join the NCHS Fighting Mustang Marching Band as they perform the school song. We hope you have enjoyed this halftime performance, and thank you for supporting music and the arts in the Tony County schools. big the Natrona County High School dance team, better known as NCTV. The dance team is under the direction of Coach A.J. Campbell, assistant coach Leah Witsakwa, team captain Megan Dean, and co-captain Eliza Walters. The dance team is performing to If I Can't Have You by Shawn Mendes.
Thank you so much. Good work. Thank you.
Well, that's how you do a halftime there. They are perfectly timed up. 2 minutes to go on the clock. We're ready to go. Welcome back to Natrona County High School, Cheney Alumni Field, Art Hill Press Box. Staff appreciation night tonight. I think they got them down there. I'm not sure. Everybody's tired after the whirlwind week, but that's okay. Let's see. Let's do just a quick glance at the stats. We can't print them off at halftime, but I know that Natrona had over 430 yards of offense in that first half. The Camels had 240, 250, 168 of that on two big pass plays by the Camels. So I'm going to run through the scores really quick so we can get through that, and then I can do a score recap if we need to. Otherwise, we'll just start the second half. All right, I believe this is 1A. Upton Sundance, the Patriots, they lead Lusk, the Tigers, 31-8, that game in the fourth quarter. Wheelan leads Newcastle. The Bulldogs leading the Dogies, 14-0, that game in the third. On a running clock, Thunder Basin leads South, that game in Gillette. The Bolts, 60. The Bison, 7. Again, on a weather delay, Central hosting Sheridan. The Bronx lead 14-7 after the Indians took an early 7-0 lead. The Bighorn Rams, defending state champions in 2A, in Thermopolis tonight, taking on the Hot Springs County Bobcats. The Rams lead Thermop 33-0 that game at half. Pine Bluffs Hornets, they're down. Oh man, they're playing Yuma, Colorado. Yuma leads Pine Bluffs 22-3 that game at half. In a really tight game, Cody leads by 1 over Riverton. That game in Riverton, 7-6, the game at halftime. Tongue River 21, Moorcroft 8, that game at the half. Natrona County leads Campbell County 34-14 here in Casper. Evanston leads Rollins 14-12, that game at the half. Buffalo, the Bison, lead Douglas, that game just down the road at Bearcat Stadium. Buffalo leads 20-13. Mitchell, the Tigers from southwest Nebraska, lead Southeast 35-0, that game in the second quarter. As we mentioned earlier, Rock Springs defeated Laramie, that game 40-7 in Rock Springs. Kelly Walsh was defeated 55-0 by the visiting East Thunderbirds. A couple more scores we'll get to after the kickoff. So Natrona with Palomo and Wilson Jackson deep. A great kick takes Palomo all the way back to the end zone. And a touchback starts the second half for Natrona. Finishing up the scores for tonight, Riverside leads NSI. Actually, they defeated NSI, the Rebels, 72. The Wolves, 34. Big Piney, the Punchers, knock out the Shoshone Wranglers, that game 47-0. Lyman, the Eagles defeat the Pinedale Wranglers, that game 20-12 in Lyman. So we'll try to keep you updated on the score from Cheyenne. That's the only close game left in 4A live tonight, but we have a whole second half of football here in Casper. The Camels on defense now as Harrison Talbert and the Mustangs looks to get back on track offensively at their own 20. All right, here's the inside handoff to Wallace. Wallace is tackled right away by Dale Eliason. Eliason looked to be injured at the end of the first half, so good to see him back on the field. Natrona started the game by scoring 4 straight touchdowns on 4 straight possessions. Actually make it 5 going into the second quarter, leading 34-0. The Camels had 2 different scoring drives in the second quarter to make it a 34-14 game at half. All right, the quick pass out to Avery Cox. Cox catches the ball in the flat and runs it up to the 29-yard line, but that's going to be a yard short of the first down. The bootleg pass by Talbert is complete. Natrona can eclipse the 300-yard passing mark tonight. That does not happen all that often. So Talbert, 2 receivers each side, motion to the left. That's Million Allison. Allison sets up, and it's going to be an inside give to Wallace. He bounces to the left, cuts it back to his left-hand side. He's going to be tackled at the 31. We'll also have a penalty flag on the play. Looks like they're talking to the Camels. Probably a holding on the Camels. Or, sorry, on the Mustangs. All right. So it looked like the flag was placed at the 33. So that's going to take it back to the 23, leaving the Mustangs with 3rd and 7. Wishart split off to the right. Quigg, Allison, and Cox wide left. Wallace in the backfield. Talbot has 3 seconds. 2 seconds, 1. Snaps it. Drops straight back. Good pass pro. Great route, and ball is just low to Cooper Quigg. Well, you can't ask for better blocking up front. Talbot had all the time in the world, maybe even a little bit too much time. So the short throw
Pardon me, 4th and 7.
gives the Mustangs a 3 and out. That's unfortunate. They had the first down. But a penalty negates it and eventually leads to a punt now for sophomore Caden Wilcox. First punt of the evening for the Mustangs. All right. Good block up front. Punt is off to the left. It's going to take a Mustang bounce and roll all the way down to the Camel 45, where they will begin their first drive of the second half. Just wanted to say thanks for everybody joining us. Again, up near 40. We have viewers from Mexico. That's fantastic. I want to say hi to the guys down at Station 6. Enjoy having you. And I believe that's Patrick Schmidt watching from California. Patrick, awesome job on the website, man. That thing is incredible. If you guys haven't seen Wyoming-football.com yet, it is the quintessential football website for Wyoming football. All right, back to live action in Casper. Oh, and Pilar, sorry, not Pilar, Pitter with a huge gain on first down, had the ball on their own 45. He's tackled at about the 30. The ball was clearly out. I am not really sure how the Camels end up with the ball there. I don't know if we have instant replay. I'm not going to worry about it. It doesn't matter anyway. I don't like instant replay anyway, so I can't call about it now. But that looked like a clear turnover for the Mustangs. Instead, the Camels get the ball after a big gain. Over 25 yards on the first down carry by Pitter. Gives the Camels the ball. It's going to be an illegal block on the Camels. The crack block is going to negate like about a 2-yard gain by Angel Nava. Illegal formation or illegal shift on the Camels. So the penalty moves the ball back to the Mustang 34. Three receivers to the right. Nava in the backfield. Race drops straight back. Quick pass over the middle. It's caught. Wilcox, who's having a great game for the Camels, with a gain of 10 on first down, brings up 2nd and 5 now for the Camels, just across the Natrona 24.
Second and 4 for the Mustang 24.
Two receivers to the right. Race, motion, I formation. Pitter, inside handoff. That's the play they ran on the first play of the half, and nowhere going that time. Good job by the right side of that defensive line. Looks like Carter Skalski was one of the first bodies in there. Sophomore getting a little time. Nick Frimmel and Phoenix Wilson in on the play. All right, 3rd and 5. Maybe not a big play for the Mustang defense, but certainly an interesting one. Camels have a little bit of momentum. Three receivers to the right. Race. Rolls to his right. Steps up, gets hit hard as he delivers the ball. Good hit, good pursuit by Jace George on the play. Half a second earlier, and that might have been a fumble. Instead, it's going to bring up 4th and 5, and obviously the Camels are going to go for it. The old tip drill has been in full effect tonight. I'm surprised Natrona hasn't come away with more interceptions, to be honest with you. That ball has spent a lot of time in the air. This is a different looking Camel team from a year ago. There's no doubt about it. They're going to run out of time, and this is going to be a timeout by the Camels. Their first of the half comes with 8:22 left, third quarter. Camels trailing Natrona County 34-14. Ball on the Mustang 23.5 with a 4th and 5 upcoming. I don't have any updated tennis or volleyball scores other than this morning. Don't have any updated cross-country scores either. They all ran down in Cheyenne today with the University of Wyoming. I know the Pokes men's team that's nationally ranked in cross-country won the meet today. They're ranked number 13 in the United States. That's pretty fantastic. Running at that altitude all the time doesn't hurt. All right, no updates today on the Phillies other than the score against Uinta for volleyball. Already mentioned golf. Solid golf season for the Mustangs and Phillies. And we'll try one more time to get the cross-country results. All right, so see if the Mustangs can hold here. Camels, after a big run by Pitter, now have it 4th and 5. Pressure up the middle. Race. He's going to try and dump it off to the outside. The old swing pass to Pitter. He's got room. Looked like a block in the back at the point of attack, but no call. And the tackle is made at the 9-yard line by Palomo, saving a touchdown. Got to tip your cap to the Camels on that one. That was just a good play call at the right time. Camels quickly up to the line. 2 receivers to each side. Pitter. Behind Race. Race throws it up and over the top. Pass is incomplete. Ball intended for Zach Wilcox. He had inside position on Palomo, but the pass was a little high. 2nd and goal, Camels. Ball just inside the Natrona 10. Second down. 3 receivers to the left. Motion in. Probably a toss. Instead, it's a rollout. Race is going to be caught by George. Ball is loose on the ground. The Camels recover again. But Jace George with another big play from that right defensive end position. Stuffed the rollout to the left before it could even start. Camels lucky to retrieve the ball. Loss on the play moves it back to the 19.5-yard line, bringing up 3rd and goal. Oh, and the Camels have to take another timeout. Their 2nd of the half. 7:10, 3rd quarter. Score remains 34-14 here in Casper. Just after 9 o'clock here at Cheney Alumni Field. It's actually warmer now than it was at kickoff, up to 67. Another beautiful night. The wind has died down. It's just hardly a breeze. Hope to continue to have good weather throughout the season. So Natrona, after giving up a big 1st down run to Pitter, have pushed the Camels back. Had them 4th and 5. The Camels get the 1st down. Down to the 9-yard line of Natrona. And the Mustangs push them back again. Now they have the ball in the 19. Three receivers to the right for Race. Looks like another swing pass out to Pitter. Instead it's a screen up the middle. Looked like the Mustangs had it taken care of. Big block. Knocked Cooper Quigg off the tackle, and the gain is down to the 2-yard line on the screen. Almost like a double screen. Oh, man, Bundy had that play read. He was in the right spot. Just got to make that play. That's the second time tonight Mustang linebackers have been right there to make the play and just been a half step off. So 4th and goal. Ball on the 3-yard line. 3 receivers to the right. Camels. Quick toss. Pitter puts the ball on the ground. Ball's still out. Regardless, the Mustangs are going to have the ball. Camels don't gain the line. Don't score. They had to score a touchdown for a first down. Doesn't matter who recovered. And the Camels come up short. So a big defensive stand by the Camels. First one that we've seen this year. Well, that's nice to have. Camels had a little momentum, but Natrona comes up with the stop. Mustangs with the ball on their own 7.
From their own 7-yard line.
10 seconds on the play clock. Talbert, 3 receivers to his left. I believe it's Wallace behind him. Nope, it's Miller, and Talbert's got it again, and there he goes. He's at the 20, the 30, the 40, stiff arm, and out to the 49-yard line. You just can't see him. The running backs for Natrona, that was David Miller in the backfield. But you just cannot see Talbert with the ball, and by the time you realize he does have it, he's about 20 yards downfield. Add in a face mask, and the Mustangs go from their own 8 to the Camel 35 in one play. That gain is going to put the Mustangs over 500 yards of offense. The quick hitter by Talbert gets the ball 1st and 10 at the Camel 35. Good initial push up front is quickly closed down. Tackle made there by Dawson Hayden and Tim Verberg. Verberg's a sophomore playing inside linebacker. Camels with a new look on the helmets this year. I neglected to mention that. Normally they've had the large G, like as in Georgia, the Georgia Bulldogs helmets. But now they have numbers that are in their gold, purple and gold color, purple helmets. Empty set. Talbert snaps the ball. He's going to keep it, goes up the middle. He's got room again, dives forward. He's going to be just short of the first down. Little inside trap play. Puts it at the Camel 26.5, 3rd and a short 2 for NC. 5:30, 3rd quarter. Talbert, inside give to Wallace. Sidesteps one, sidesteps another. He's got the first down. Gain of about 4 on the play. And that'll move the chains.
Wallace ahead for 3 yards. 1st and 10 with touchdown. Mustangs on the Camel 24-yard line.
Same receiver core that started the game except for Genatone. Mustangs have gone with more of a 4 wide receiver look tonight. Cox, Quigg, and Allison to the right. Wishart to the left. Wallace behind Talbert in the pistol. Cox motions in. Pressure off the right-hand side. Wallace has got it. Can he outrun the pressure? Yes, he can, and he's going to be tackled at the 21-yard line. For a gain of about 3 for Wallace. Going to be 2nd and 7. Two receivers each side. Wallace behind Talbert again. Inside pressure by the Camels, picked up well by Talbert. Talbert over the middle, caught by Allison. Millions in, touchdown Mustangs. The seam route to Million, 22-yard touchdown pass. Talbert's 4th of the night gives the Mustangs a 40-point evening yet again. PAT pending. Great effort there by Million to lean over the end zone, drag that defender in, and punch it in for the Mustangs. Sorensen's kick is up and good. Talbert to Allison. His 2nd touchdown of the year. That's Allison, that is. Could be Talbert's 7th or 8th of the season. The 23-yard down touchdown pass. 23-yard touchdown pass pushes the Mustang lead up to 27 now. 41-14, 4:03 left in quarter number 3. That was a bullet. Great pass by Talbert. Still no update from Cheyenne. That game might not get over until tomorrow. Still listed as halftime. We will check our other sources. All the other games in 4A are complete tonight. Blowouts abound. So Hoppins, yet again, for another kickoff. He's had a couple touchbacks tonight. And Hoppins puts the boot in it, and that's another good kick. Ball will be fielded at the 4-yard line. Return up the middle. Looks like, I thought the ball was loose. But Nava on the return. Looked like Caden Spurgeon may be in on the tackle. Helped by Jesse Rabe and Bridger Helm. Hunter Wycombe in on the play as well. All right, so the Mustang defense off of a goal line stand that allows the offense to score in about 5 plays, returns to the field, ball on the Camel 23. Just under 4 minutes remaining, 3rd quarter here in Casper. I formation, race, it's the old counter play, and that ball is going nowhere. Awesome effort up front. That was Sam Jeffrey with the penetration, cleaned up by Caden Wilcox. No gain for Pitter. The Sheridan Central game is about to restart for the second half right now. So they got a late evening coming up in the nation's capital. So double tight end look now for the Camels. One of the first times we've seen that tonight. Race drops back. Pressure from George. Ball is again tipped. Quigg with the good coverage. That time on Luis Sanchez. Nope, excuse me, Desmond Medina. The senior wideout has had a good game this evening. And an injury timeout looks like for the Camels. And they make their substitution, and they're going to reset the play clock. And there we go. Third down now. Camels, again, double tight. Race in the pistol. Pitter behind him. Pitter moving to his right. Going to pick up the blitz. Pressure again by George. Ball is wobbly. Jackson, pick number 2 in the evening. He might score. He's at the 30, the 20. One block from Wilcox. Not going to happen there, but Jackson's still going. He's at the 5. The 3, the 2. Almost scored again. So Jackson, who nearly had an interception off a bobbled ball earlier, gets his second pick of the night, his third of the season, returns it all the way back to the Camel 3-yard line, and the Mustang offense will start with 2:56 to go, third quarter, and a chance to add to their lead. Boy, Jace George, I mentioned it about 10 minutes ago. He is just pinning his ears back and going after Race. He hit him in time that time, and that forced the ball to be wobbly, and it was an easy can of corn for Jackson. Talbert in, under center. Bundy at the fullback now. Wallace in the tailback. Wallace starts steps. He's got room, and touchdown Mustangs. Wallace with the 3-yard touchdown. His second of the night. The 7th touchdown for Natrona tonight. Sorensen on to attempt the PAT. Kick is up and blocked. So that will leave the score at 48-14 with 2:51 left, third quarter. 2 touchdowns within a minute and 14 seconds of each other pushes the Mustang lead back up to 34. Great return by Jackson. Great lead blocks by all the defensive players. Always want to try to score on defense. So Pitter and Nava deep to return for the Camels. Mustang kickoff team. Had plenty of practice the last 2 weeks. Hoppins will look to pin the Camels deep once again. So after a slow quarter, you could say, about halfway through the second quarter and half of the third quarter, the Mustangs have picked it right back up and are on the move. All right, bobbled kickoff by number 43 for the Camels. Gang tackled there at the 25. Returned by Caden Diamond, the sophomore. Will let the Camels start at their own 25. Mustangs with well over 500 yards of offense this evening. The Camels might be up near 300. Big plays for the Camels have contributed mostly to that. They'll try it again here with Race under center. 3 receivers off to the left. Pitter has the ball on the outside. Good open field tackle there made by Caden Wilcox. The outstanding sophomore wrestler. A double leg takedown on Pitter on a guy that's at least 100 pounds. Maybe about 100 pounds heavier than him. I don't know. We'll give Caden the benefit of the doubt. 70 pounds heavier than him. So that's a big mismatch. Good tackle by the sophomore. 2nd down and 8 after the 2-yard gain by Pitter. Race in the pistol. Rolls to his right. Pressure by Wilcox. Screen underneath. And there he is again. Nice job on the pursuit by Wallace. Angel Nava with the reception. It looked like it was going to go for a big gain, but Wallace got off his block and made the play for only a 2-yard pass gained by Nava. Brings up 3rd and 5. Camels on their own 30. It's probably the 8th or 9th screen we've seen from Gillette. Just trying to relieve the pressure on Race. Clock continues to run. Race. Straight back to pass. Now he's getting pressure from the backside by Jace George again. Ball's up, tipped again. Good play by Miller in the flat. Paloma was there as well. And the Camels are forced into another 4th down, and they're going to have to punt. Asked Mr. Madzi if he wants to do a little commentary. He politely declined. He doesn't want to make me want to look bad. I appreciate that. So punt formation again. Pitter, who had a really good punt last time, eyes it and gets another boomer off. That is an over-the-shoulder catch. Bobbled really quick by Palomo. He's going to stutter step and get it out of bounds at about the 27. Good return by Palomo. That was a huge punt. If Mr. Noakes is up listening tonight, he will remember Pitter as a sophomore was the punter for the Camels, and he had a couple of punts that went negative. The wind was blowing so hard that it blew the ball back up and over his head. The poor kid just didn't even have a chance. It was miserable for him. That was not over his head. That was a massive punt. That was probably over about a 50-yarder. So Talbert stays in, up 47-14. Just over a minute left, 3rd quarter. No tight end. 2 receivers to the right. Talbert flanked by Bundy and Wallace. The give is inside to Bundy. He's got a little bit of room, cuts it up, and now he's going. He's at the 40, the 50. Stiff arm at the 40 and is tackled at the 38. Again, having 2 backs in the backfield that can run like that, not including Talbert who can pull it, is a real bonus for the Mustangs. Bundy, a junior, he's 6 foot, 180. He's thick. Tough to bring down. When you got Dante Wallace leading up the show, you got a dangerous 1-2. This is a great formation for NC. Nice offensive adjustment by the coaching staff. So just like that, almost a 40-yard gain puts Avery Cox in motion to the left. Talbert 1st and 10 on the Camel 38. Now the give is to Bundy again. He cuts it up. A little bubble on the handoff. He's going to fall forward for a gain of about 4. And we'll see. Well, yeah, the Mustangs are going to have to run one more play before it'll be the end of the quarter. So 2 consecutive runs by Bundy. He gets the ball down to the Camel 34. Split backs again for Talbert. 2 receivers to each side. Talbert's going to keep it, and this time they wrapped him up. I'm unsure if that was actually a really good play by the Camel defense or just kind of a miscommunication on the handoff. Regardless, that's going to end the 3rd quarter. The score from Cheney Alumni Field after 3. Natrona 47, Campbell County 14. We'll be right back with the 4th quarter here in just a moment. All right, the Mustang starters back out to begin the fourth quarter. Probably their last drive of the inning.
To the Camel 35-yard line, third down, 7.
Looking for a first down on 3rd and 7. 2 safeties over the top. 2 running backs in the backfield. Pressure off the outside. Talbert is going to be dropped at the 41-yard line. That looked like a miscommunication there on what the play could have been.
Wallace is incomplete.
They don't see any flags. Mustangs are probably too close to punt here.
In our fourth quarter now, you'll see one
Little too far away to go for a field goal. So they'll try to get the first down.
other people. Now's the time to get rid of that trash. So Mustang Stadium,
Now the Toronto might actually take a delay of game here.
our one-man stadium.
Well, actually there was a flag on the play. Holding on the Toronto. Their Camels are going to decline it. So now it's 4th and 7. Offense stays out. 25-second clock. After a penalty, it goes to a 25-second clock. Mustangs are going to take a timeout, make sure that they get the right personnel and formation in.
Timeout, Arizona.
So just as we talked about in the third quarter, a good chance for the Mustang defense to make a goal line stand. They did. Good time for the offense to reload here, get the best play called, and keep a drive alive on a 4th down. All right, we got an update now from Cheyenne. Sheridan, the Bronx, now lead 21-7 with 9:40 left in the third. 80-yard touchdown catch gives the Camels the 14-point lead, thanks to Jeremiah Jonke down in Cheyenne. If you didn't join us last week, just a reminder that there are very few returning starters for this Mustang team. Not many guys with varsity level experience, and there are not a lot of seniors playing either. A lot of underclassmen getting in there and getting quite a few reps, especially up front on both the offensive and defensive lines.
4th and 7 from the Camel 35-yard line.
So good growth in 2 weeks from this group. All right, pressure off the outside. Talbert, he's going to roll to his left. He has a chance, might get rid of it, but he's going to be sacked. Talbert is down by Xander Beeson at the Camel 40. Not sure if he would have had an open receiver. There might have been a guy on the backside, but Talbert didn't have time to do it, and the Mustangs turn it over on downs, giving Campbell County the ball at their own 39.
Gillette takes over. Camels take over on downs. 1st and 10, Gillette. Oh, for the Camel, let's say 38 3/4.
Camel quarterback, Caden Race stays in. Flanked by Angel Nava. Going to drop straight back. Looks like the inside screen again. Play over the middle. Ball is nearly tipped by Wilcox again, but instead is caught by Tanner Hilliard. That wasn't even Wilcox's area. He just made a great read on that ball, and dang near made a fantastic play from his outside linebacker position. That ball all the way across the field. The result of the play is about a 20-yard gain. We'll say 17. And 1st and 10 Camels.
Camels from the Natrona 42-yard line.
.11 minutes remaining in the game. Camels driving. Pressure off the outside. There's Wilcox. It's a quick outside pass. That ball might be a lateral. Miller recovers it. Reyes had to throw it so fast he Threw it right off of Pitter's helmet. Again, the old tip drill. Camels fortunate to get that one back. That could have easily been a turnover.
Brings up second and 10. Camels from the Mustang 42-yard line.
So second and 10. Camels at the Natrona 42. Motion brings the receiver in. Screenplay set up in the middle again. And somehow Race is going to get that off. That was an incredible pass. Ball is caught by Will Miller at the 35. He takes it another 10. And what looked like a sure sack gives the Camels a first down at the NC 26. That was an absolute rocket
First and 10. Camels
by Race.
from the Natrona 26-yard line.
So back to the double tight look for Campbell County. Two receivers off to each side. It's going to be a pass play. Race drops back. Slant over the middle. Ball is dropped. Thrown a little bit behind 83. Again, we don't have his name.
10 for 83. 19 is incomplete.
Central comes right back and scores. 2 minutes later, they now trail Sheridan 21-14.
Kelly. Second and 10 Camels. Once again from the Natrona 26.
Camels in the eye. They've run this play 3 or 4 times tonight. Toss play, Pitter off the left-hand side. He cuts in, cuts it back out. Robert Douglas in at corner makes an open field tackle. Nice play by the junior.
Jay Ritter.
Robert Douglas, he is giving up 90 pounds to Pitter, and he stops him short. Going to be about 3rd and 1.5 after the 8-yard gain.
Taken down out there by David Miller. 3rd and about, let's say, a yard and a half from the 18.
Camels looks like a similar play. No, inside handoff this time, and Pitter's got some room. He's off the left. 5, touchdown, Camels.
From 18 yards out.
Pitter with his second of the game
From DJ Pitter.
from about 18 out. Puts the Camels on the board in the 4th quarter. .9:22 left, final period. And the PAT is good, bringing the score to 47-21 Mustangs. So after a 41-7 rout last week against Cheyenne East, the Camels have scored 21 tonight on the Mustangs, but have given up 47.
6 plays, 2 passes, and the last one was
So NC still leads
a touchdown run.
by 26 now,
Eight Kings
with 9:22 left in the game.
here. 9:20.
And I expect to see quite a few substitutions here, get some kids some reps, and then start trying to get ready for a massive early season game next week in Sheridan.
Isaac Cuomo, Wilf Jackson deep.
Palomo and Jackson deep.
They'll be looking to receive the kickoff from Nate King.
Nate Kane is number 83. And he's going to kick it right down the middle. Going to be retrieved by Jackson. Jackson, he's got some room up the middle, cuts it back to the right. Makes a couple guys miss, still on his feet. still on his feet. And we got the rugby scrum out at the 49. Every single player on the field within about 5 yards of each other. And Wilkes Jackson with an excellent return. Gets it across midfield and allows Natrona to start its next drive in Camel territory.
Natrona in Camel territory at the 49-yard line.
All right, Talbot still in the game as well as Wallace. Looks like the starters are going to stay in for a little bit more. Pressure. Picked up pretty well by the offensive line. Wallace makes one guy miss, makes two guys miss, but can't make a third. Still an excellent 6-yard, about a 5-yard run on first down. Gets the Mustang offense across the Camel 45. So big games next week in 4A. See the Mustangs of Natrona go up to Sheridan to take on the Bronx. And Thunder Basin, the Bolts, will head down to Cheyenne to take on the East Thunderbirds. So the 4 semifinalists will face each other next week in 4A action. And a late hit on Talbot is going to give NC 15 more yards. Penalty on Medina. Bundy in for Wallace. Talbot looks to be fine. The Camels will be at home for the first time this season next week to play the Laramie Plainsmen, who are now 1-1 after losing to Rock Springs. Cheyenne Central heads to Rock Springs next week. Kelly Walsh Trojans on the road at South next weekend. That's your 4A schedule, so that should be some interesting stuff. Bundy, it takes the handoff. Oh, and a shoestring tackle made by Hunter Kramer. The junior saved what might have been a decent gainer for Bundy. Quigg, Allison, and Cox off to the left for Talbot. Bundy still in the backfield. Wishart to the right. Talbot drops back, looking left, going, well, he has Cooper Quigg. He's going to pull it up. He's still got room to run. Tight ropes the sideline and is out of bounds at the 15. Just couldn't quite get the shoulders turned enough to get that play off. So the second down run by Harrison leaves NC with a 3rd and 1 from the Camel 15-yard line.
3rd and 1.
Two receivers each side. Should be an inside give to Bundy. And he should just have enough for the first. We'll see. Breeze starting to pick up just a little bit now. And the officials are going to measure to see if NC got the first down. So we'll see if we can get an update from Cheyenne again. No update so far. That was about 15 minutes ago. Go back to the scoreboard, update you on scores from around Wyoming. Pine Bluffs loses to Yuma, Colorado. That game 44-3 down in Colorado. The Powell Panthers open with a win against Worland, 24-7. I'll give you an update on Ethen Asher here in just a minute. Oh, and the quick The quick snap to Talbert. Talbert didn't quite have his hands ready. Would have been a quarterback sneak and an easy first down. Instead, turns into a turnover on downs, and the Camels regain the ball on their own 16-yard line. Well, if you remember last week, we provided a link. The link is actually still in the description for the YouTube channel here. Ethen Asher was the senior quarterback scheduled to start for the Powell Panthers this year. Was in a horrible traffic accident about 2 weeks ago now, that left him in the hospital in a coma up in Billings. Through the various fundraising efforts, I know at least here at Natrona County and in Riverton, the Asher family was granted over $10,000 in donations, over $3,000 of that coming from Natrona County fans. Good news on his surgery. He's doing much better, and we just thank everybody for their support of him. And what a terrible situation that might turn out decent compared to where it was about a week and a half ago. So thank you to anybody who contributed to their Benevolence Fund. There's still available ways to do that, and we appreciate that, and I know that the family in Powell does too. So thank you. First down play for the Camels. Looked like it was going to be a sack by Nick Frimmel. Good backfield block, freed up Race, and he actually looked like he was going to get upfield. Well, there's a penalty on the play. And an illegal formation on the Camels is going to take any gain on that play away. There was none, so the Mustangs declined the penalty, brings up 2nd and 10. With 7 minutes to play here at Cheney Alumni Field. Defensive substitutions for the Mustangs. I formation. Race drops back to pass. He's looking short. He's got a man out in the flat. That's Miller. He's had a good game receiving the ball. Will Miller, the quick sophomore, with a gain of about 13, gives the Camels another first down. So 3 receivers to the right for Race. Drops back, fakes the handoff to Pitter. Frimmel tries to break down. Race, he's quick. Makes a good move to the outside. But Will Cox and I believe Hunter Wycombe will pair up for the tackle in the backfield. No gain, Camels.
That's no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 Camels. And here they come.
So Jackson stays in at safety. Jathan Wilson over at the corner on the right side. Nolan Valdez, corner on the left side. All right, Race drops back. Illegal formation. Valdez comes through. Wilcox and makes the play. Flag on the play. Might have been another illegal formation on the Camels. I believe it is. The Mustangs are going to wave this one off. Yep, illegal shift. Brings up 3rd and 10. Camels on their own 29.
Here come the Camels. 3rd and 10 from their 29.
So 3rd down opportunity here for the Camels. Motion again. Inside. Quick screen out to Pitter, who tries to break a few tackles, but not enough. And only a gain of about 2 or 3. Wycombe in on the play with Miller and Jace George, who's had an excellent game at DN tonight for Natrona. That'll bring on the punt team. and Palomo back deep. Pilar, low snap. Not Pilar, Pitter. Got my San Francisco Giants on my mind. Palomo tries to catch the ball on the run. Bounces off his hands. Luckily, bounces back up into his hands. Penalty on the play is probably going to be a block in the back on Natrona. Regardless, the Mustangs will have the ball. 5:17 remaining, fourth quarter. After 3 in Cheyenne. Sheridan 21, Central 14. In a game that is much closer than many people anticipated. Central was soundly defeated last week by Thunder Basin last week. The Bolts beat the Indians 44-0. That game in Cheyenne. $15-yard block in the back penalty takes the ball back to the Mustang 27. And now we'll see substitutions. At receiver for the Mustangs. 3 receivers right for Talbert. He's going to hand it off. That ball goes to Bundy. Bundy has a nice lane up the right-hand side. Breaks another tackle out to nearly the 40-yard line. A gain of 13 on first down. And another Natrona first down this evening. Well, NC's got to be approaching 600 yards of offense tonight. I can't remember the last time they did that.
We did have a winner.
Zach, I hate to tell you, I did not win the 50-50 tonight. I didn't win it. Did you? No? All right. All right. Well, Bundy, he might have a 50-50. Oh, goodness. Great tackle again. That's a sophomore. Tim Verberg. Boy, he's played well on the inside for the Camels tonight. Campbell County returning to that 4-3 defense that they ran all throughout the late 90s and early 2000s. And just seemed to produce an endless stream of excellent middle linebackers. Looks like Verberg is well on his way to being that Mike linebacker for Gillette. 2nd and 6. Inside handoff is going to go to David Miller. Miller with a good run up the middle for a 2-yard gain. Good chance for the offensive linemen to work together on that zone scheme. Make sure they're moving the correct way. Good first steps, everything that they can do to be efficient with the running game. Mustangs have been able to run it and throw it tonight. Looking for a first down to extend the drive. Talbert. Miller behind him. Inside pressure looks going to be a quarterback keeper. Talbert's off the left-hand side. He's going to get the first down and step out of bounds. Smart play. Harrison to gain the first down. More than likely going to be a holding call, though, on Natrona. The old quarterback sweep there. David Miller comes out, replaced by Caden Wilcox. Holding. On the Mustangs, moves it back to the 40. So Natrona will have 3rd and 10 now. 3:40 to go. Breeze is picking up a little here. So Robert Douglas, Kobe Kelly off to the right. Wilcox in the backfield. Nolan Valdez off to the left. Talbert, he's going deep. He's got Kobe Kelly. That is easily pass interference on any other play. They're not going to call it late in the game here.
Kobe Kelly was the 10 receiver from the Harrison Talbot area. Coverage there from Mason Dykes.
Going to reset the play clock. And the Mustangs will bring out the punt team for the third time all year. Wilcox to punt. Ball's low. Doesn't panic. Picks it up. Does a nice job getting that kick off. That's a beautiful punt. Hits it to 27 and takes an awesome bounce. That ball down inside the 10. Down to the 7. Great job by Caden Wilcox on the low punt, or on the low snap. It's a punt of about 45 yards. Fantastic job not panicking there.
Down inside the Camel 10-yard line at the Gillette 6. First and 10.
All right, so we are getting closer. It's 3:17 now left. Game is going to be approaching the 3-hour mark here in about 10 minutes. That first half took forever. That's what happens when you score 4 touchdowns in the opening period of play. So I believe it's still Ray Sin at quarterback. Yep. Pitter's still in the backfield. They're going to hand it off to him, let him have a shot, gain us some more yards, and the senior will get about 4 on that one. Pitter's had a good night for the Camels. Race is certainly a skilled quarterback. And Campbell County, I'm gonna call it. They're gonna end that losing streak sometime this year. It's just not gonna be tonight. But they have winnable games against South, possibly. Maybe Central, maybe Kelly. They're a much better team than they were a year ago. Oh, and here goes Pitter. The big senior cuts it back at the 43-yard line. David Miller looking to make the play, but not until Pitter gets a 63-yard run. I was going to mention he's got to be close to 100, but that's a no-doubter now. He's got well over 100 yards rushing. Not sure if you can quite tell how big he is, but he is a big kid. He's thick and he's got better speed than you think. So the big gain gives the Camels the ball inside the Mustangs 30 with 2 minutes to go. Pass over the middle is caught by Micah Krumberger. Tackle made by Landon Roberts. Camels quickly inside the Mustang 5. Wishart and Valdez now enter. A defensive back. Nava behind Race. He's going to get it. Nava steps to his left. Camel line trying to push forward, but about a 3-yard gain for Nava. Approaching the 1 minute mark. See if the young pups can make a play here. Well, Pitter's back in. I'm guessing they're going to give it to him. Try to let him score a touchdown off that excellent run. And yes, they are. Oh, and a big play. Good stop up the middle. Excellent penetration by Aaron Viescas. The junior, he's only 5'8", solid 200 pounds. He comes shooting through the line and sticks Pitter in the backfield just long enough to get some help. And the Camels are forced to take a timeout with 53 seconds left. Try to punch one more in. Good job by Viescas. Probably a loss of a yard on the play. Camels now have it 3rd and goal on the 4. And somebody watching from Washington this evening. That's just awesome to see that. We really appreciate it. Couple of try and pull up some notable home games that NC's going to have that we'll have for you this season. We'll get through this play and then we'll give you that. All right, race, 3rd and goal. Toss outside. Pitter, this is going to be a tough one. Touchdown, Camels.
2-yard touchdown run for DJ Pitter for the Camels.
Pitter with his 3rd touchdown of the evening. The 4-yard gain. With 48 seconds to go in the game. PAT pending. Race to hold. Kick is up, and it is good.
King's kick is good.
So the Camels cut it to 19. I'm not a believer in the idea of a moral victory, but the Camels certainly have to be encouraged with what they're seeing offensively. They certainly have some skill guys. If they can put it together up front, they're going to have a much better season. Regardless of that, Natrona, which on multiple occasions had a 30-point lead tonight, will move to 2-0 on the season, heading to Sheridan next week. After that, they'll head down to Old Laradice before they come back home and host another huge game. They have 3 big games in a row. They'll host the T-Birds of Cheyenne East. Then they're on the road at Thunder Basin. And then the Oil Bowl will be here at NC this year in week 6. That game will be on October 11th, I believe. So NC looking forward to hosting the Oil Bowl again here at Cheney Alumni Field. All right, so we'll see if the Camels go for an onside here. Might practice that, they might not. Palomo and Jackson once again back deep. Owen Miller and David Miller are the upbacks. Camels set to kick off. A little squibber and is recovered easily by Brendan Nelson. So the Mustangs will probably kneel on it here. It'll only take one time, and that should do it for game 2 of the 2019 season. Referee giving some final instructions there, make sure everybody's safe on this play. And that should do it. And there we go. All right. So, in his 29th season, Coach Harshman leads the Mustangs to a 2-0 start. Great job again by the staff and the players. That's a tough week. As I mentioned, that first week of school, guys are tired. But they came out and played well. They played hard and fast this evening. I think the cooler weather certainly helped with that. And now the Mustangs will begin preparation for a Sheridan Bronc team that we last saw was up 21-14 in Cheyenne. I'm going to try to pull that score up here before we go, so if we know it's a battle of undefeateds next week or not. I'm going to bank on that they do. In the meantime, you can see the shaking of hands between two rivals in 4A football in Wyoming. Go over to the scoring recap real quick, and then I'll try to find that central score, and we'll get out of here. All right, another quick start after the first play of the game by Camel County resulted in a fumble. Dante Wallace punches in a touchdown on the second offensive play of the game for the Mustangs. A 21-yard run. PAT by Sorensen was good. And the Mustangs are up 7-0 with only 21 seconds gone in the game. Talbert would hit Cooper Quigg. Harrison Talbert would hit Cooper Quigg for a 25-yard touchdown pass, leading the Mustangs to a 14-0 early lead. The Mustangs would make it 20-0 with 5:49 left in the first quarter. Talbert, a 19-yard rush where no one even touched him for the Camels. The PAT was wide left, but the Mustangs go up 20-0. 2:36 remaining. Talbert with a touchdown pass to Wishart. I believe that one was about 24 yards out. PAT is good, and after one quarter, Natrona led 27-0. It went up to 34-0 with 10:57 left in the second quarter as Harrison Talbert hit Avery Cox for a 3-yard touchdown pass in the flat. PAT by Sorensen was good, moving it to 34-0. After that, the Camels get a big screen play and then hand it off to Pitter. VJ Pitter, the senior, 220-pound running back, scores with 9:36 left in the second quarter to cut the lead to 34-7. Camels double their score with a pass by Race to Beeson. That with just 30 seconds left in the first half. Great effort by Beeson to get in the end zone. And at halftime, our score is 34-17. After a sluggish start to the third quarter, things pick back up again. Talbert with his fourth touchdown pass of the evening, a 23-yarder to Million Allison, puts the Mustangs up 41-14. Dante Wallace with 2:51 left in the third quarter has a 3-yard touchdown run. PAT was blocked, but it pushed the Mustang lead up to 47-14 as we go into the fourth quarter. VJ Pitter would score 2 more touchdowns, one with 9:22 left, an 18-yard run. And Pitter, again with a 4-yard touchdown run with just 48 seconds left, puts the Camels only down 19 to finish the game. Final score of 47-28. Mustangs easily had over 600 yards of offense, and the Camels probably had about 400. But the final result moves Natrona County to 2-0 as they defeat Camel County 47-28. I'm going to get my thank yous out here, and then we'll check that score one more time. See if we can search for it. So thanks to Coach Harshman and the staff for letting us do this. We always want to encourage people to come to the games, but we like to provide it for people who are out of town or people that can't make it this evening. So again, another great crowd. We always like to see that, and we appreciate everybody watching online. Thanks to our administration, Shannon Harris, our head principal, for providing everything that we need. Brian Honkin, our athletic director. Jen Horning in the AD's office just does incredible work for us. And we appreciate all the staff that was here tonight for staff recognition. Great start to the school year. Lance Mazzy has been running around crazy all week trying to get both of his classrooms set up in 2 different buildings and still getting his kids here tonight and providing you with the video feed that you saw here. They were trying some new techniques that I suggested, so if they were good, the kids did a great job. If they were a little different than what you've seen, then it was my fault that they tried to do it that way. Zach Nagy was working on the computer. He does an excellent job keeping you updated on the feed, moving us back and forth between camera shots, and he has just become an excellent resource for us. I am Brent Jurgensen. This has been really fun to be able to do this again this year. to try to bring you the best that we can from Mustang football here in Casper. So our final score from Cheney Alumni Field is 47-28 Natrona. They go to 2-0, and it looks like they will face a 2-0 Sheridan team. The Bronx lead Central 28-14 with 6:44 left in the game. So the state championship rematch game next week in Sheridan will be an excellent one between undefeated teams early in the 2019 season. Thanks again, everybody, for watching tonight. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you in 3 weeks when the Mustangs will return home to take on the Cheyenne East Thunderbirds. For all of us here at NCHS, thank you very much. Good night.